Run it back, nation. What is good? DJ Eastwood. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. Hit the subscribe button if you want to talk trash in the chat, because I know you trolls are here. I know you're here. Hit the like button on the stream. Everybody, even the trolls, man, hit the like button. I'm giving you content. Hit the damn like button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these. Subscribe. Join the Discord server. Link is in the description. We're going to be transferring all of the calls and everything to the Discord server, and I had a subscriber set it up real dope, like different rooms in there, sports talk, non-sports talk. We got the call-in room. There's all kinds of stuff going on there. There's even a trivia room where you randomly play trivia. I don't know. Discord's awesome. Join the Discord server, 24/7 chat. Link is in the description. Okay. The Philadelphia 76ers lose to the Brooklyn Nets. I can't even believe it pains me that coming out of my mouth. The Philadelphia 76ers lose to the Brooklyn Nets 129-100. On the first matchup since the blockbuster trade went down, where the Philadelphia 76ers traded Fraud Simmons, Seth Curry, and Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks for James Harden. And did we get something in return? I forget. Okay. So Ben Simmons returns to the Wells Fargo Center. I was actually completely shocked that he actually walked in. I thought the guy was going to hide forever. So I gotta give him props, actually. He walked in the building. He walked into the Wells Fargo Center. And he took the boos, and they rained down, and he took them, and he sat on the bench. Still don't really know why the guy's not playing. Like I said, Kevin Durant came back from an MCL sprain before Ben Simmons came back with no physical injury whatsoever. So we still don't really even know why Ben Simmons isn't playing, and that's what's funny about Net fans talking trash right now. They're kind of talking trash like Ben Simmons went out there and dropped 40. Ben Simmons is on the bench. And he got up from the bench a couple times, clapped, cheered on his teammates. It was what it was. I can't sit up here and say too much of anything. The funny part is the Sixers fans, we came to this game to boo Ben Simmons, and we ended up booing our own team. By midway through the third quarter, we were booing the Sixers. We came here to boo Ben Simmons, and we ended up booing the Sixers. And it's just, you know what, man? Like, how much more Philadelphia sports can you get? How much more Philadelphia sports can you get than to absolutely tank in the biggest, most anticipated game of the season? That's just so Philly sports, it's unreal. But I will say this. The overreactions are absolutely unbelievable right now. Unbelievable. And I'm not talking about Nets fans. I don't give a shit what Nets fans say. Are you serious? You think I'm listening to Nets fans? You guys, there's 7 of you. There's 7 of you. There might be 9 of you now. I'll listen to Knicks fans. Those are real basketball fans. I'm not listening to Nets fans. I'm talking about Sixers fans. Okay? The overreactions from Sixers fans is absolutely unreal right now. This is one game in the regular season. Yes, we got absolutely smoked. Yes, the Brooklyn Nets came into our house, bent us over their knee, and spanked us like a naked baby. Yes, that happened. But, somebody said in the Discord, and they were shouting out Philly Mike of the Philly Talk podcast. Shout out to my guy, Philly Mike. Do you guys remember the Celtics game? We lost by 48. Did anybody care? No. We only care because this was the Brooklyn Nets in Ben Simmons returning to Philly, in the Brooklyn and Philly rivalry. That's the only reason we care. But this is a regular season game. It will be forgotten about tomorrow. It'll be forgotten about. We play another game on Sunday. We will literally forget entirely about this game. It doesn't matter. The NBA is 7-game series for a reason. I'm not saying we're the clear favorite to beat the Nets in a 7-game series. I'm not saying the Nets are a clear favorite to beat us. But the NBA playoffs are a 7-game series for a reason. We definitely would not shoot 28% over the course of 7 games, and the Brooklyn Nets would not shoot 68% over the course of 7 games. It's real easy to break this game down. It's real easy. The Brooklyn Nets shot 68%. The Philadelphia 76ers shot 28%. It's not hard. It's a very simple game. When you're dealing with all of the best athletes in the world competing against each other in a basketball game, sometimes it's just makes and misses. It's just makes and misses. Kyrie Irving was coming off the most efficient shooting performance in the history of the game last night or the night before, or was it last night? Scored 50 points on 19 shots. It's literally never been done before. He's still totally locked in. He came out tonight and wouldn't miss a shot. I mean, the 1-3 was like a turnaround, 5 feet behind the line, sky hit the damn Raptors rainbow and went in. So right off the bat, I was like, all right, Kyrie Irving's locked in. It's gonna have to be a shootout because Kyrie Irving's locked in, and then you start to notice, hold on a second, also Kevin Durant's locked in. And Kevin Durant was 5 for 6 the first quarter. They just shot a ridiculous percentage. I didn't like our defensive philosophy from the jump. I didn't like a lot of the first quarter. I saw Tobias Harris guarding Kevin Durant one-on-one. I don't know Doc. I don't know Sam. I don't know Dave. I don't know Dan. I'm not an NBA coach, but that sounds like a terrible idea. So Kevin Durant's absolutely smoking Tobias Harris in the first quarter. Matisse Thybulle then switched on to him in the second. He was pretty much still smoking him too. I liked the competition in the first quarter, even though we were down by almost 20. I liked the rivalry. I liked the battling of Philly versus Brooklyn. I liked the chippiness. I loved Joel Embiid in the first quarter, first 2 quarters. I loved Joel Embiid putting his shoulder down, knocking Kevin Durant into the second row, and then Kevin Durant getting up and doing a little bit of this in his face, and then Joel Embiid doing a little of this, and I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck yes. This is sports rivalries. I love this shit more than anything in the world. There's nothing, literally 0 things. Well, there's things I love more, but there's hardly any things in the entire existence of the world that I love more than 2 teams that absolutely hate each other, than players on the floor that absolutely hate each other battling it out. So that was entertaining as hell to me, even though we were down by almost 20 in the first quarter because they were shooting the lights out and we weren't. But I enjoyed the first half. But, and I thought, like, okay, we can make a comeback. The Nets blow leads sometimes. Maybe we can make a comeback in the third quarter. Maybe we'll go on a little bit of a run. But it continued. It just continued. It just continued. And they ran us out of the building. I don't know what else to say. Where's my logo at, man? That's not my logo. Where's my logo? So we never made that run that I'm talking about. And they blew us out. I mean, it's really hard to break down the rest of the game because I literally was falling asleep. What's the point? Why am I going to keep watching this? You know what I mean? It's we got smoked. What else can I say? We got smoked. What else can I say? Chin A, man, thank you for the super chat. Thanks to the Sixers, I can't watch any sports-related shows for a week. I have to deal with the Nets. Blank Riders ruined my night. SMH. I just can't deal with the overreaction from Sixers fans. People are posting on Twitter, are you nervous about James Harden? Are you nervous about James? No, I'm not nervous about James Harden. We're 5-1 with James Harden on the floor. 5-1. Before this game, he was averaging 24, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds. I'm not nervous about James Harden. Here's what happened to James Harden in this game. He came out in the first quarter, and he was ice cold. Kyrie didn't lock him up. IDK. And you just saw the highlight on the screen. Kyrie didn't lock him up. He was getting the same shots James Harden always gets. Kyrie locked him up. He was getting the same shots James Harden always gets. He was shanking them. He was 1 for 9 in the first quarter. He was 1 for 11 halfway through the second quarter. And I will admit that he was getting frustrated. And he kind of quit. He was getting frustrated and he kind of quit. That was kind of it. He couldn't make a shot. The Nets were actually playing pretty damn good defense. I give the Nets credit for their defensive philosophy. They're guarding the pick and roll. Like we said, we were 5-0 with Harden on the floor. It looked like the Joel Embiid, James Harden pick and roll was completely unstoppable in the NBA. The Nets did a really good job of getting around screens, fronting players, getting hands in faces, and being quick. Nets smothered us, Nick. Exactly. They were quick in their rotations. They played great perimeter defense, and we didn't get a whole lot of wide open shots. But we did get some, and we missed them. All of them. Every single one of them. And that's really all there is to it. I'm not going to put any more energy into this game. I'm not going to, oh my God, I'm nervous that James Harden's going to fold. Look at James Harden's points. Look at James Harden's stat line in the playoffs. I know you guys want to say, everybody's going to say now this. Everybody's going to say, you see, this is what James Harden does in big games. This is what James Harden does in big-time games. Get used to it, Sixers fans. Get used to it. You see how bad Niang just missed that shot right there? Barely touched the rim. That's just what kind of shooting night it was. That was a wide open three, barely touched the rim. That's just what kind of shooting night it was. But the people are going to say, this is what James Harden does in big games. You guys better get used to it. You lost the trade. His career stats in the playoffs are 27 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. He took Golden State to 7 games. Chris Paul got hurt. He has one of the most ridiculous buzzer beaters I've ever seen in my life. I don't have to explain it. If you've watched ball and you know exactly what shot I'm talking about. One dribble to the right, Stephen Clay in his face, bang, bang, bang. You're not going to sit up here and tell me James Harden can't play in big-time games. If you're saying that, you're absolutely making shit up. If you're saying James Harden can't play in big-time games, you're absolutely just talking trash. You don't watch ball. There's just no way. There's no way you're going to sit up here and tell me James Harden can't play in big-time games if you've watched James Harden throughout his 12-year career. There's just no way you're going to say that to me. But he plays one regular season game, big-time TNT broadcast, Brooklyn Nets come back, the fans want to boo Ben. He goes 1 for 9 in the first quarter. They play good defense going around screens. There's another wide open while he hit that one. Has a terrible shooting night, throws some bad turnovers. I will admit that he frustrated me in that once he got frustrated, he started kind of trying to get those 2017 foul calls. You know what I mean? Driving, putting his head down, throwing his arms up, looking at the refs. And that's where I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you already know you're not getting those calls anymore. You already know they're not giving you those calls in the NBA anymore. So, if that's really what you're going to try to do to get yourself going, like, I was a little bit annoyed at when he started to really try to foul bait and he wasn't getting the calls. There was an up and under layup where he just kind of went up and did like a little like, okay, F this flip shot, hit the bottom of the rim. Like, wasn't his night, but it wasn't our night at all. And we got smoked. We'll look at the stats here real quick, man. Let's just go down it. Look, bro. Kevin Durant, 10 for 17, 3 for 6 from 3, 14 rebounds and 7 assists, 2 steals, 25 points, was a plus 34. Just like what can I really say? He was locked in from the jump. We had no shot at guarding him. But I'm not going to sit up here and make this be the end of the world. Oh, my God, we lost the trade. This is terrible. Like, why? Philly fans, you're so bipolar. It's crazy. You have to go 82-0 or you're angry. You have to go 82-0 or we lost the trade. We're terrible. Oh, my God, I can't believe we did this. There's people tweeting, I knew we shouldn't have given up Seth Curry. I knew it. What? Really? Really? That's where we're going right now? Really? You knew we shouldn't have given up Seth Curry? Come on, man. Seth hit some big shots. He was on fire. I like Joel Embiid in the first quarter. Philly Mike, what up, my guy? Thanks for the donation. We played more ISO tonight and didn't show up. We did play a lot of ISO, you're right. Part of it's the defense that they were playing, part of it's that we couldn't make a shot. Andre Drummond, I like it's like the first quarter and a half was a game and then it just ended. It just absolutely ended. Embiid was dominating Andre Drummond in the first quarter. DJ, you wanted Halliburton over one game. See, I got to stop reading the chat, bro. Like, what are you guys even saying? What do you guys even say in the chat? What do you say, bro? You just say random, stupid shit. God. Joel Embiid was dominating Andre Drummond in the first quarter. Had him with 3 fouls halfway through the second. Thought he was going to foul him out. And he finished the game with 3 fouls. So, you know what I mean? It's like the first quarter was a game, and that was kind of it. Kyrie was 8 for 17, 5 for 11 from 3, plus 27, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Seth Curry, 24 points, 10 for 14, 4 for 8 from the field, 5 steals. 5 steals for Seth Curry. That's where we're going here, man. Tobias Harris, 16 points, 5 for 10, 4 for 5. Actually, Tobias Harris being 4 for 5 from 3 was actually pretty impressive. If there's something I can take away from this game, I thought Tobias Harris made quick decisions. Tobias Harris caught the ball and shot it, like, quickly. So many trolls in this chat, man. It's unbelievable, really. It really is, bro. Here's the thing about the trolls and the Ben Simmons stands, which I can't even believe you guys still exist. I really can't. You guys, you when Ben quit on the team after Game 7 of the Atlanta Hawks series, you disappeared. You disappeared the entire summer. You disappeared the entire first majority of the season. Then we went on a little 5-game losing streak, and I remember all you little weirdos came right on back. Oh, look what we look like without Ben. Ha ha. Oh, my God. I told you Ben was the best player on this team. I told you he was the main reason we were in the playoffs last year. I told you, look what we look. And then we started winning again, and you went right back under your little rock. Like Patrick Starr. You went right back under your rock. And you didn't make a peep, until right now. You didn't make a peep until right now. You waited till one game against the Brooklyn Nets, and Ben Simmons wasn't even playing. And you came back out from under. Yay. 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 Now I can go in the chat on Run It Back Philly and say, oh, look, you were wrong. Oh, man, it's very weird, man. But I do want to say that I think James Harden was disappointing in this game. Shot bad in the first quarter and kind of quit. But you know, I think he kind of did that because once we were down almost 30, it's like, all right, you know, whatever. Joel Embiid, all right, we're down almost 30, whatever. I think Tobias Harris was making quick decisions, and I thought, 4 for 5 from 3 for Tobias. They were quick shots on the catch. That's good for Tobias Harris. Hopefully he keeps playing with that mindset. George Niang, who we've relied on recently for a surge of bench points, was only had 11. He was 2 for 6 from 3. Was a minus 20. Joel Embiid, 27 points. 5 for 17, 2 for 3 from 3, 19 free throws. Kevin Durant made an interesting point in his post game presser, or not. I guess not really presser, but his little interview on the court after the game. He said, "I think Joel Embiid getting so many first half free throws actually took them out of rhythm and slowed down their game." And that was interesting to me. That was very interesting to me. Because is that a real thing? He had 19 free throws. He had 10 free throws in the first quarter. I think he had close to 19 in the first half, honestly. Because that's what Joel Embiid does. You can't guard him. You have to foul him. But I don't know if that really messes up our rhythm or takes us out of our game or slows us down or anything really like that. Just a really bad game from us. Really bad shooting. Really great shooting from the Brooklyn Nets. You see Patty Mills splashing threes from the corner. You see Goran Dragic hitting big shots. The man has the most gray hair of any NBA player I've ever seen since Domantas Sabonis' dad. Some of you guys are old enough to remember him. I'm not worried about some of these players, man. I'm just not. James Johnson splashing threes. Come on, man. Come on. Let's be real here. A big question is, where was Tyrese Maxey in this game? I think it should have been a Doc Rivers focal point to, yeah, I know, the whole chat's Nets fans trolling. I know that. I don't care. A big focal point for Doc Rivers should have been getting Tyrese Maxey one-on-ones against Seth Curry. I really thought that was going to be a big part of the offense, and I didn't really see it the whole game. It's interesting, man. I'm really going to have to watch the game back closely and really look at what the Nets did defensively that really took us out of our game, because it is interesting, man. It is interesting. I'm not just not giving the Nets credit and saying we just shot bad and we beat ourselves. They played good. They played great defense. Yeah, Maxey disappeared. He's 21 years old, man. He's 21. I can't even read the chat. I'm losing brain cells reading this chat, man. You guys are insane. Maxey's trash now. Just listen. If you guys are Sixers fans, turning on your team after one game, bro, keep that energy. That's all I want to say. In 2 games, when this is totally forgot about, and we go on a little bit of a run, and we get our chemistry back, and we start looking like the Sixers that just won 5 in a row, with James Harden dropping 14 assists all over the floor and Joel Embiid scoring 40-plus points. I want you to keep that same energy. That's all I want, man. The overrated, the overreaction to one game is absolutely insane. It really is. It makes no sense. Like, what's wrong with you guys? Are you drunk? What's wrong with you guys? Against bad teams, the Nets aren't a good team. The Nets have 2 elite scorers who were lights out tonight. That's what they have. They're the 8th seed in the damn Eastern Conference. And I'm sorry, but you're not even going to have Kyrie Irving for half of the game still. And I want to tell you this, guys. All you little trolls in the chat, I want to tell you this. The Brooklyn Nets will be worse with Ben Simmons on the floor. So if you want to keep playing like this and have spacing, good ball movement, good perimeter scoring, wide open lanes to drive down, be able to get guys ISO one-on-ones without easy double teams, keep Ben Simmons on the bench. That's what you need to do. You need to keep Ben Simmons on the bench. Because once you put him in this game, that paint is going to seize up like a tight hamstring. And all of a sudden, Kevin Durant's getting easier double teams. Kyrie Irving's getting easier double teams because you're playing 4-on-5. 4-on-5. They don't know that yet, guys. They don't know that yet. Jamar, what's up, man? And Matt, Ben and Drummond on the floor together. Yuck. Absolutely yuck. It's your boy. Thank you for the super chat, man. Shaq said F that, Kobe, and Shaq comp. He's right. Bro! Now Kobe and Shaq never lost the game. Kobe and Shaq never lost the game. Nope. Never lost the game. The Sixers traded for Harden, and they didn't win the rest of the games the entire season. And, like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? Good Lord. Harden lost a step. Nets are a problem because we can't defend the three. Blah, 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 bro. I don't even want to be up here anymore. This chat is so damn stupid and toxic. Like, so ridiculous. All right. Any Sixers fans frustrated that want to, give me a realistic take? Numbers on the screen. Any Nets fans? I mean, there's 500 of you in the chat. You want to call the show? Say what you think. Call the show, man. Call the show. Hold on. I got Do Not Disturb on. Hold on. Call the number. They won't. Oh, they got me again, man. They got me again, man. I'm going to have to go no. This is saying the stream's still up, man. Are we back? We're back. Oh, man. Yeah. YouTube doesn't like when I put highlights on the screen, so I got to stop doing that. But listen, stop overreacting. It's going to be okay. Sixers shot 28% from the field. The Nets shot 68%. It's all right, man. It's just a game. It's just one game. And I'm the biggest, Negadelphian in the history of Negadelphians, man. But we got smoked. We got smoked, man. We got smoked. Numbers on the screen, man. Give me your thoughts. Transition defense killed us? That's what you think killed us, the transition defense? I think everything killed us. 19 points in the third. That's on Doc. Game was already over. Game was already over. By halfway through the third quarter. I guess you can blame Doc if you have to. Dun, 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 dun. Numbers on the screen. But here's the thing, when the Sixers win, get 1,000 people in the stream. When they lose, people just go to bed. They're like, I'm good, bro. Joel Ramos. Bro, this is Harden all the way. We ain't winning with him, period. All I'm saying is, bro, all I'm saying to you guys is keep that energy. All you guys that are freaking out, overreacting to one game, I don't want you guys to come back here when we start winning again and be on the, I knew we were good. You know what I mean? Like, why would you set yourself up for this? Why would you set yourself up? What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
Yeah. What's going on there?
What's up?
Man, I don't know, man. I was going to talk about that game, dude. Maxey was, he was so off, dude. It was crazy. Harden was off, and I know they feed off each other big time. But, I mean, Maxey just wasn't doing nothing offensively or defensively. And for some reason, Kyrie was, I don't understand why Harden was getting beat up so bad as well. I know I'm going from one person to the next, but I just don't understand why he got beat up so bad today.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'll have to really rewatch it to see what the hell Tyrese Maxey was doing. I'm not, I can't like say that like Seth Curry or somebody shut him down. He looked a little bit out of sorts. He had some really bad like floaters off the front of the rim. He just looked like he didn't really have a rhythm or know exactly what he wanted to do with the ball. But it just felt like once the energy went out of the arena, that was kind of it, man.
And it felt like as soon as
Are you on?
the
Can
team
you?
wasn't getting the foul,
You're real quiet for some reason.
oh my fault. It's probably my phone.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, if Harden's not getting fouled, he is obsolete. He's not doing nothing. Because as you see, we both see, all the players do is cry every time they go down the lane if they don't get a foul. That's on every NBA team, you know that. But he was just doing this max crying. You know what I mean? He'd take it down the lane. If he didn't get a foul, oh, I'm gonna cry my eyes out each and every single time. Like,
I was saying
get back
that.
on defense.
I was saying that. That's something that was annoying me with Harden is that, especially once he got frustrated, he started to try to get those fouls that he would have got, in 2017. I was putting on Twitter that he's trying to get those 2017 fouls now that he's frustrated. Like, you're not getting those calls anymore. That little put your head down, throw your arms up type of stuff. They're just not giving you that.
Now with Embiid, he's so big and he's powerful. He does that the same BS, but he puts the body into it. He's down in the post. And if you notice in the second half, especially when they wasn't calling no fouls in the nets at all. After they did that first half, and you hit that third quarter, usually when the 76ers do their comeback, if they're talking about they do shit in the first half, or crap, sorry, in the first half, and then that second half, that third quarter, you see them bust out with maybe 8-0 run, 10-0 run, and they wasn't getting that because they wasn't getting the fouls. They taken in, and actually Claxton did a really good job on Embiid in the second half. Compared to everybody else, Claxton honestly did great towards him.
Yeah, and Claxton had a couple of big finishes, layups in the paint too over Embiid.
Yeah, it was just like they were just like you said, the whole team was deflated from. But Maxey, third quarter, and I've noticed third quarter is his quarter. Like when they go in their runs, Maxey scores. What I've kind of seen is he scores his most points in third quarter. He is their run. Harden will dish it out. Harden does the dish outs to Maxey, and he sets him up in certain positions. And just seeing him so off was like there was nothing they could do. We all know the bench is awful. There's not one good bench player in there. But and I mean it's just facts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, bring in Korkmaz, you know.
I mean, I don't think Korkmaz really would have saw the floor if this wasn't a blowout.
Oh no, he shouldn't have saw the floor. Jordan saw the floor, and actually he did a good job. DeAndre Jordan did a good job. And I'm not a big fan of him, but he seems like he's a lot happier here than he ever would have been in LA because, Philly's a lot. To me, they're a winning organization. It's just, we all know Doc Rivers. No. He's there, but I feel like he got outcoached by Steve Nash. No. Nobody should be outcoached by Steve Nash.
I really just think that we got outplayed by great players. I'm not giving any credit to Steve Nash. I don't know what did he do. I mean, maybe the defensive philosophy, but I don't know.
Well, I'll let you go, but I just think, man, everybody was off. That's all I can say. I mean, it's obvious, but
all right, man.
From beginning to the end.
Thanks for the call, man.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. Man, why do you sound like you're hiding under a pillow, bro? That was the quietest phone call I've ever heard. A Bullfrog, thanks for the support, my man. I saw a tweet that said the Sixers starters are not taking any fourth quarter shots. Was their tribute to Ben Simmons? We didn't put our starters back in the game, did we? I don't think we did. Okay, another overreaction here. We have to get Beal. We have to get Beal. Get Bradley Beal. Get Beal. Good Lord. Man. Like Tyrese Maxey just had a game like 2 nights ago where he dropped a couple of nights ago where he dropped 33 points. I mean, he was averaging over 20 points with Harden in the lineup, and now all of a sudden Maxey's trash, and we need Bradley Beal. Cincinnati, Ohio, what's going on?
Jim Martino podcast.
TJ, what's up, man?
Man, we got punched in the mouth pretty hard. And one thing I thought was interesting that you were mentioning earlier, you were like, this game doesn't really matter. It's, a game in March. And I do agree. I don't think it really matters in terms of like the long-term season. But I think this game does really matter in the sense that, teams like the Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics, other playoff teams are going to look at this and they're going to see what the game plan was that really neutralized this offense. I mean, we were putting up 120 plus points a game with Harden these first 5 games. And
yeah,
man, I mean, we really got exposed tonight. This was a big black pill, I think, for a lot of fans. And look, I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom. I don't think we're totally out of it. I think we can still figure things out. But, I mean, this looks very much like a Doc Rivers Sixers team. We've watched Doc for a couple of years now. And I think just the stalled ball movement, and I think really the defensive pressure from the Nets and the way they were able to neutralize Harden's game and really fluster him with a lot of pressure. I do think Steve Nash deserves a little bit of recognition for that, and really just having Andre Drummond be almost like a drop defender to keep Harden out really hurt his confidence, I think, early in the game. But another thing that I thought was really interesting was just the way James Harden really just was attacking the rim and just trying to get fouls. And this is really my biggest fear for the Sixers going into the playoffs is the reliance on getting to the foul line. I mean, we know Joel Embiid loves to get to the foul line. Harden, the super free throw bros, right?
Mm.
The problem with that is, though, in the postseason is that we're going to get in situations where the referees are not going to make those calls in the playoffs. They hold their whistles in the playoffs.
They held their whistle in this game, yeah.
Yeah, and they help. Yeah, because this was very much like a playoff game, and that's why I'm kind of scared in a little bit. And I'm not panicking. I'm not hitting the panic button quite yet, but I mean, the blowout loss to the Heat. I know we didn't have Harden, and the blowout loss to the Celtics. I mean, those are teams we're going to be playing, and like if we can't hang in those games, and I know with James Harden we'll probably hang in a little bit more, but I think just the reliance on going to the free throw line with this team. I mean, you can get away with it with these games in February and in March when, refs just don't really care and they're just blowing the whistle for whatever. But in the playoffs, they're not going to be blowing the whistle like this. They're not going to be calling these kind of fouls. And I mean, there was literally shots that Joel and James Harden were shooting tonight where they were just literally chucking it up and hoping to get calls. And you're just not going to get those calls in the playoffs. And I think if we can't figure out a half-court game with this team, and I mean, we still have time. That's why I'm not panicking quite yet. But, if we can't figure that out, I'm going to be calling you back in a couple of months saying, here we are. So, I mean, I don't necessarily think it's doom and gloom like a lot of Sixers fans are saying, but I think there's a lot to be concerned with in this game.
Yeah, there's probably a lot to be concerned with, yeah. Harden was just – he wasn't doing what he did in the first 5 games. It was a lot. It had a lot to do with their defensive philosophy and what they were doing to him around screens and things like that. But I just feel like once he once he was 1 for 9 in the first quarter, it was like over for him. He was like, all right, I don't know what to do. I can't make a shot, so I don't know what else to do because I can't. You're right, Drummond in there and stuff. He was having trouble doing anything else besides shooting from the perimeter.
Yeah.
And him.
And I mean, he was getting timid with Goran Dragic guarding him.
Yeah, it was a really bad game.
I mean, it was.
But I agree. I agree. Driving the lane and really trying to get fouled is not going to work. It's not going to. It hasn't worked for a year. They stopped giving him those calls, last year, the year before that. And in his career, he's gotten to the line a lot. And then when the playoffs start, he doesn't get those calls and he gets frustrated. So, yeah, I'm going to admit that he looked like in this game what he looked like sometimes in the playoffs where he would get frustrated that he's not getting those foul calls. So,
exactly. And I think that's really what kind of Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like, I just think that's really what is scaring me a little bit with this, and like, this was a playoff atmosphere. I mean, and there was a lot of emotion in this game. I understand that, with Simmons being there, wearing his Louis Vuitton and trying to flex, even though he didn't do anything. But I think just the way that Brooklyn defended us, Miami is going to look at this for sure and lick their lips. And same with teams like Boston, and it's scary in that way, man. But at the same time, can we figure this out? It's going to be up to Doc Rivers. It really is, and that's scary because I have not been a fan of Doc Rivers since he was hired by this team. And now we're kind of in a position where we're really going to be leaning on his game planning in the latter half of the season with a team that can't shoot the ball consistently. So, yeah, a lot of question marks here. But, I mean, like I said, with James Harden, though, we'll see what happens. It's just the shot creation needs to be there. And yeah, I mean, this was just a poor shooting night. And, I mean, I'm not going to put too much stock in just a game in March. But at the same time, there's a lot for other teams to look at here and really get excited with. So, it is what it is. I guess we'll move on.
We're going to hear it all for the next week and a half, pretty much.
Until I'm turning off.
Until we, win another big game, we're going to hear it. Until we win another big game, we're going to hear it from the national media now for forever.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith is going to be on saying we lost the trade and I was right and Daryl Morey stinks and all that. He's going to have his thought, but who cares? That's all smoke and mirrors, and let's just go out there and keep trying to win. I mean, they just got to figure it out. And I think personally, real quick, I think George Niang should be in the starting lineup, and I think we should have Tobias in the second unit. And I know Tobias looked good tonight, but I think George Niang fits better with the starting lineup. And I know Romp and some of the other guys fit this too.
Yeah, we've been saying
but yeah, I really do agree with that. Yeah, I really do agree with that. I think that's something that Doc should do. But knowing Doc, he's going to play Korkmaz unnecessary minutes. He's gonna sit all of our young talent. So I think until Doc goes, I'm just I don't know. It's interesting. That's for sure.
I honestly think until Tobias Harris goes and, we spend money on stronger bench players, we might not have enough to win it all.
Yeah, we got to dump that salary regardless of what happens this postseason. We got to dump that salary and either get shooting or maybe get a Bradley Beal. If that's on the table, probably not. But if it is, take that. But if not, at least get some guys that can hit some open shots. I mean, Matisse Thybulle was horrendous tonight. But one more quick thing. DeAndre Jordan was very impressive as a backup big, because that was a big question for me after the Harden trade was who's going to be the backup big? They had tried Cauley Stein, that didn't work, but I think DeAndre Jordan could be an interesting piece. I like that fit a lot as a rim runner and rebounder.
Yeah, I was happy right when they signed him because I was just watching some of his plays from even in LA. He still had a couple of. Mm-hmm. He looked like he still has bounce. He's 6'11" and he can jump high. You just need him to get rebounds and block shots and catch a couple lobs for 10 minutes. I mean,
Yeah, and he did that tonight. He had 10 points and 9 rebounds in a very short amount of time. So I think we may have found that piece. But again, like I said, the reliance on fouls is going to be a problem, and I think also just the lack of depth at shooting is obviously going to kill us in the playoffs. But could it be another second round out, or is there something here with this? I don't know. Well, only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, only time will tell. All I know is this game was going to be forgotten about in 2 days.
Probably, yeah. Only the media will hang on to this heavy because, they love being down on the Sixers. But, I agree, though. In the grand scheme of things, it's just a game in March, folks. It is.
Yeah, it is. Yo, thanks for the call, TJ. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd love to have you on my show at some point. So
come
we'll
on,
talk
man.
about it.
All right, man. Hit me up. See you.
All
right. I do think there is something to looking at the Nets bench now when you see, because Goran Dragic got bought out and we were like, yo, maybe we can get Goran Dragic. And the Nets signed him, and then you see with Seth Curry moving into their starting lineup, they get to move Patty Mills to the bench. So I will say that Goran Dragic and Patty Mills are better than anybody coming off of our bench. So you're not wrong, whoever in the chat said that we gave Brooklyn depth. IDK, I see you're comment. I agree with that. But this is one game. A really, really bad game. It's like this game doesn't even exist. It's a dud. It's a dud. It's one of those duds. It's a dud. We were 5-0 with Harden, and we had a dud game. We had a dud game where Harden was ice cold, was trying to get to the foul line and couldn't get a call, was just not playing his game that he's been playing. It's a dud, man. What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
Yo,
What's going on, man?
let me start this out. I'm not a Sixers fan. I just enjoy seeing y'all lose.
All right.
But I just thought it was funny how people think that. Well, I just think it's gonna be funny how people think when Ben Simmons comes back, he's not gonna fit in with the Nets. Listen. He's not what he's supposed to be. He could be so much better than what he is. Don't get me wrong. He's wasting a lot of potential not getting a jump shot. 100%.
Yep.
But people are saying that because he failed with Joel Embiid and he was playing point guard, that he's going to fail with Kyrie Irving and Kevin freaking Durant.
No.
Like, he finally has a real ball handler now so he can be a screener
So he
and
can
a
do
roller.
what? No. See, you see what I'm saying here? So he can do what? What has Ben Simmons ever done besides have the ball in his hands? You said he failed with Joel Embiid on the floor while he was playing point guard.
Because he's not a point guard.
What is he? What has he ever done outside of handle the ball?
He's a small ball 5. He's a slashing 4, but he's not a damn point guard. You gotta give me that, right? Let's be honest.
He's definitely not a point guard, but that's his issue. He can't do anything else either in the half court.
But okay, with the ball in his hands, no.
What does he do without the ball? He stands in the corner.
I mean, if you
or under the rim,
set screen and cut, you can't have him and Joel. Listen, he has KD and Kyrie. These are two of the best shot makers God's ever made. These are two of the best shot makers and shot creators in NBA history. So he's gonna be fine off the ball because he has a real ball handler that can dribble and shoot. Joel Embiid, he tries to do that, but he's a fucking center. At the end of the day, he's a damn center. He can only do it so much.
All right, but
he has Kevin Durant and Kyrie. These are pure shooters.
Here's the thing with Ben Simmons. You don't have to guard him in the half court. It's 4-on-5. There's no...
Yeah, but if he's at the 5 sitting on the goddamn ring, you have to guard him.
He's going to play center? Is that what he's going to play?
Yeah, because, listen, when they played the Sixers, clearly they didn't have a real center tonight, and they still gave him beat hell because he's not that efficient. He's going to settle for jumpers. He's going to settle for bad shots because that's how he plays. He's going to get flustered when you send a double team because he's not really a great passer. He's not a good passer at all, really. And then we know what James Harden is. He's going to throw the game in the biggest moment. This is who he is. This is who he is. He's going to get you to the mountaintop every time and fall off at the top. He's never going to get you over that hill. Never. He's just not that guy. We have Kevin fucking Durant on our team.
All right.
I have no fear.
When has Kevin Durant ever gotten a team over that hill?
Huh? But he was playing Russell Westbrook.
No, I got a question for you. Has Kevin Durant ever gotten a team over that hill? He has 2 rings, but how did he get them? How did he get them?
Yeah, when he got rid of Russell Westbrook, he did.
He has 2 rings. How did he get them?
He joined Golden State, but he was by far the best player. By far. Was he not dominant?
He was absolutely dominant, but he got to hang out until the 4th quarter because Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were carried the team for 3 quarters. That was OP. That was not even. I mean, that's not impressive.
Okay, I agree. That was that. Look, you could have put Paul George on that team. I mean, I think Paul George. I mean, mentally he's so fragile. I don't know. I would think with his skill set, you could have put a Paul George type of player on that team, and they could have won because they were so dominant. I agree with that 100%. They won by default every year. Unless it was injuries.
Right.
But what happened last year in the playoffs when the Nets played the Bucks in the second round? Even without James Harden, because he got hurt in the first minute of Game 1. They were the best team by far last year in the playoffs. By far.
All right, so again, I want to get
back to. What's going to change this year?
I want to get back to. And by the way, I respect you for calling, man. I appreciate it. It's awesome. We have 2 totally different viewpoints on this, and we're not. We're being respectful, and I like that you called, man. So thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
But I want to get back to Ben Simmons on this offense because he's not going to play point guard.
I got you.
He's going to be left alone on the floor. He's not going to shoot. He
Probably
can't.
not. Nope.
He can't. Somebody in the chat said he can post up. He has absolutely zero post moves. Zero. None. He doesn't have any post moves at all. He doesn't have a 3-pointer, a mid-range, any post moves.
Doesn't really. He has no touch around the rim. He's kind of Westbrook.
He's soft around the rim. So if you're saying he can set screens and cut, but when he cuts, he avoids contact and fades away and does weird little right-handed flip shots and annoying like.
It's sad. You listen.
We watched him closely for 5 years. The guy has nothing in the half court.
Listen, Ben Simmons was my favorite player since he came out of high school, right? So I was only a Sixers fan because of Ben Simmons. He was my favorite player. I gave him up because it's just, come on, you see what he's doing. You see what he's doing to me, right? I can't fucking respect that. So I had to go like Luka Doncic because he has a fucking jump shot. He has to put the ball on the goddamn floor and create for himself. So I want Ben to be great, but goddamn, you don't want to be great. So what can I do for you?
I just don't think Nets fans understand yet how much of a negative he is on the offensive side of the ball.
But the thing is, to me, like when
how's he going to benefit the team? They
looked
great tonight. They looked great tonight. They look great tonight. How is adding Ben Simmons into the half-court offense going to improve?
Listen, Ben doesn't really add anything on offense.
So you're paying a max contract for a defensive player?
I mean, sadly, yes. I mean, listen, but I think I really think he's gonna be a lot better than he's ever been on offense. I think it's sad that he has to be in a certain situation, but that Sixers situation was not good for him, and that's partly because he didn't get better. I agree, but even if he did become a better shooter, he was still never a point guard, and people don't understand that. Like he's never played point guard. He's always been a 4 or 5. So that's like Karl Malone and Shaq running a fucking P&R. Like they're not gonna step up on fucking Karl Malone. I mean, obviously those players are a lot better. I'm just saying.
Right, but the only reason he ever played the 4, the only reason he played 4 and 5 his whole high school and college career is because he was bigger and stronger than everybody, not because he had any moves around the rim. He's not bigger and stronger than centers now.
Because he woke up and he was number 1 player in the world since he was fucking 11. So he woke up and never got better because he never really had to until now. Because he's always been bigger, stronger, and faster. He still kind of is, but I don't even think he knows it sometimes. He's just so soft around the rim. But listen, I agree. He's not going to add anything on offense. He's not going to be a 20 and 6. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I think Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are so goddamn good that he can't hurt them. You know what I'm saying? And especially when they have Patty Mills and Steph Curry. Now, defensively, they're going to be pretty bad. But you saw tonight, they didn't have any great defenders on the court, and they still contained Harden and Embiid. Because those guys, Harden and Embiid, they don't really have great shots. Embiid don't know how damn big he is sometimes. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. He shoots too many jumpers. He gets flustered. He has to rely. They're too free throw line, especially Harden. If he's gonna get free throws, he's gonna start throwing his arms up and flailing and doing whatever the hell he wants. He don't have the mental fortitude. But that's why I'm not too concerned, honestly. The Sixers look damn good though. I can't lie. As an ex-Sixers fan, they look great. I just don't trust Joel Embiid and James Harden. I just don't. I don't know. I've seen Joel Embiid get hurt. He's sick. He's hurt. He's sick.
I'll say this. So I'll say this. You also shouldn't trust Kyrie Irving or Ben Simmons.
Oh, I don't trust. Well, I mean, Kyrie Irving I believe the mandate's gonna get lifted. I hope so. I mean, if Kyrie Irving's on the court, I trust him. It's just the off the court stuff for him. Now, Ben Simmons, I'm just hoping that he's like the 4th or 5th option. And they just say, "Yo, Ben, just go play defense." Go rebound and push the pace, and you know what I'm saying? And we'll be good there. But I don't think he'll ever have to come up and handle the ball. I think they'll always have a KD or Kyrie with him, and he'll be a screener, and he'll be, they'll hit him on a short roll, and you leave the corner, he'll throw it to Seth or the Patty Mills. Or if not, goddamn, you should be able to dunk the ball at the rim. Like he told me in Game 7 he didn't, but
should be able to. Hey, thanks for the call, man.
I don't know why.
What else you got going?
All right, thanks.
No, you can finish your point. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to come back to play so bad. What the hell? This mental health shit pissed me off. What the fuck, bro? How is your back hurting? All you gotta do is dunk the goddamn ball. Just dunk.
I don't even know when he's gonna play.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I
man.
really wanted him to shoot a jumper. I wanted to straight just dunk on somebody. Probably don't get it.
The Nets looked really good tonight. They played good defense and they shot the lights out. They had a lot of good floor spacing and stuff, but I don't think Ben helps that offense. I think he actually hurts it, and they're all going to see once he's on the floor what I'm talking about. But thanks for the call, bro. I appreciate it. Look at that. Nice, respectable Nets fan calls into the show and gives me his perspective. I like that, man. You guys in the chat should learn how to be respectable opposing fans. Although, I still ain't worried about the Nets. That's all I'm saying, man. Let me read some insane comments real quick. Listen to yourself. He's a better Bruce Brown. This trade made the Nets better. Brooklyn's way better than Philly. What else we got, man? Thanks for the 261 Nets fans that are still in here. Simmons will just replace Bruce Brown in the lineup. Jermaine King, man, you're absolutely out of your freaking mind. I got to go back here so people can see your comments on the screen here and how insane they are. Ben Simmons will play point guard. He has a post hook and a post fade. Ben Simmons has a post fade. Oh, man. Unbelievable, man. Thank you guys for the entertainment. Listen, this game will be forgot about in 2 days. It was an absolute dud. I can't believe I even sat up here for over an hour and talked about it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Run It Back Nation, if you're still in here, which you're not. I don't even see any of my subscribers in the chat, man. Thanks for coming, man. Hit the like button. And everybody, enjoy this. Enjoy this. We'll see you soon. Peace.